Do I have everybody's attention now?
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2.
Yes, hello, it is I, Danhausen here, sent to you today by JB Housing and PK Housing, whoever they may be, for an intro to Kick Out at 2. Yes, hello, it is a Kick Out at 2. That means you win still. So, do that. It is about wrestling, and it's on YouTube and podcast. So, listen to it or be cursed, I guess. Okay, see you later.
We're back!
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. For many reasons, welcome to Kick Out at 2. I'm Jay.
I'm PK.
And yeah, we've had, not to bore you with details, but holiday, gig. Think I had a holiday. You had gigs. And I did even post on our socials that you can see a literal cat's ass stopped us from seeing each other.
Yeah.
He's fine, by the way.
Yeah, he's fine now. He just got really ill and couldn't have any visitors for a few weeks.
His ass was literally in quarantine.
Yeah, so it just stopped us from podding, but we're here now.
We're here now, and we're going to do a big bumper pay-per-view special of our own, podcast per view, where we're going to talk about a bunch of things, mainly WrestleMania 39 that's just been, because we've been dying to talk about it, and we're going to also talk about a bunch of shit has happened, so we're going to talk about that as well, but we'll just get straight into it because we've got a lot to cover, and I know we've been gone a while. So, firstly, WrestleMania 39. Before we start, because obviously talking about it can change your opinion, how do you feel about it right after watching it, WrestleMania 39? How do you feel about it right now?
I felt it was better than previous ones. It's been, the last few years have just been a bit, like, I don't know, like the whole, because I know Logan Paul wrestled this year, but that was like the big thing last year, that like, I don't know, it seemed a bit more, I don't want to say serious, but not as gimmicky.
Right, yeah. I
That's
think
probably the best way. Like, they weren't sort of cashing in on all the other stuff. It was more, there was just better matches this year.
I think it felt like a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think you're right, gimmicky. Other previous ones I've watched over the past few years, it's felt like try a parody of itself.
Yeah.
Like, this is what WrestleMania would do, or it just felt...
Was this technically Triple H's first Mania?
Running it.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
There you go.
And last, probably, as well. Because Vince doesn't die. He comes back stronger.
As
Goddamn
Vince.
Yeah. Gotta have a mustache, pal.
Let's just talk about that mustache.
Right. You know what's the oddest thing about that mustache? Vince has Vinceisms. So there's things that Vince does not like. So he doesn't like smoking.
Yeah.
He doesn't like cats.
He also doesn't like if you've got a cold.
Hates germs.
Yeah.
Another big one is facial hair. He does not like facial hair, apparently. There's been exceptions to the rule. Hulk Hogan arrived with facial hair, not bothered by it. Macho Man Randy Savage, not bothered by it. But he has made people shave before and get rid of stuff.
Do you remember Cody Rhodes' mustache?
Oh, God, yeah.
That was very similar.
But,
And that didn't last very long either.
But you're right, he's gone full Gomez. It's the oddest choice in the world. Like, it's just for men are sponsoring him a shit ton of money.
I'm not Vince. No, Vince is the other guy.
No, yeah, I'm
his brother, Gomez.
I'm Vince McMahon. It's
so many memes.
The memes have been fantastic from it as well. I think the memes from this entire era of Vince have been great. Anyway, if there's one thing we can look back on it one day is, you know what, the memes were at least worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously it's Saturday and Sunday. It was broken into. Have you got again before going into it? Do you feel one way or another about which was a better day, Saturday or Sunday? Because I'd vote Saturday.
Yeah,
by a country fucking mile. Easily.
Yeah, cause I think but the problem is when it's 2 days. If the first day's good, you're expecting better, if not better, on the second day.
Yeah, which is I'm not really.
So then you might be disappointed on the second day just because you were expecting more.
When did WrestleMania start being 2 days? Do you know that? Because I don't.
No, it's not been long. It's only been must have been the last couple.
A few years.
Yeah, because I've not properly watched the last few, but I wanted to watch it this year for, so
It's just mad, isn't it? Like, it's insane. Like if any company should be doing 2 days when it comes to a pay-per-view, it should be AEW, because they're trying to fit all the roster on there.
Yeah,
but with WWE, less is more. They've known that in the past, that less is more, and it's just really odd that they've gone, let's do, because Vince seems like the kind of guy who, if he kind of go, ha, we'll make a week.
Yeah,
we'll do a WrestleMania week.
Well, it always has been a WrestleMania week in terms of like promotion and stuff like that, and
SmackDown, Raw.
Yeah, John Cena doing every Make-A-Wish known to man. You know what I mean?
Oh God, I mean, he's done. I think he's set a record, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done
the more Make-A-Wish, which I find mad.
Surprisingly, no one's seen him though.
No.
The most disappointed kids ever, and he's like, I was there, you just didn't see me.
I just don't know why kids are asking for him, because he's not been that relevant to wrestling in a few years now, and I feel like the kids, and I say this by the kids who normally goes and visit are very, very young, so it's not like they could go, I remember 10 years ago the Cena years were boss. They're 8. So I just wonder who's really asking for it. Is it the kid, or is the dad there with a "You Can't See Me" t-shirt on, going, "Oh yeah"?
He's there with a Thugonomics t-shirt.
Yeah,
on,
yeah. Oh,
going,
it's terrible.
I remember.
Terrible that he's got leukemia. But can you just sign this? Yeah. Make it out to David. Shut up, Aaron. To David.
Actually, no. Don't put a name on. I can sell it later.
Yeah. So I think I've got the matches in the right order. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I did it as I went, so I was like,
good. So you can just guide me then, because I've got the matches all there.
Yeah, so I've got Undertaker debuted in. No, sorry, that's previous.
So it opened with Snoop Dogg and The Miz.
Yeah.
Acting like, welcome to SMTV Live.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to be like funny, but the Miz isn't, but Snoop is. It's Snoop Dogg. He's great.
I like The Miz. I think he is funny. I actually do. I get Miz humor. So it worked for me, but it was still odd, because it was like, hello, we're the Oscars, but we're WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was this weird, I think, again, that's what Vince is going for. Like, I want it to be an event as big as it. With the cold opens with Kevin Hart for no fucking reason as well. They were weird.
Oh, yeah.
They made, like, that was money spent.
This was only, like, later on, but the random Hollywood skits, did you see them?
Yeah, I saw them in a pitter-patter, like, so, that little compilation mixed together.
Yeah, there was, like, Miz as Top Gun.
Yeah.
I think it was Roman Reigns as maybe Goodfellas. I don't know, because I'm not in that film.
Or Godfather.
And then Rhea Ripley as Stranger Things as 11.
Yeah, then
I'm
there was
like, why are you going for films and then TV shows?
Yeah, because it went to TV shows as well. Seth Rollins as Joker.
Yeah.
Someone was Titanic. I can't remember who.
Oh, Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was okay. It was footage.
Yeah.
I didn't really
I
go.
just felt it was just content for the sake of content.
Yeah.
When they were quite funny, but they just were thrown in for no reason. Like, literally, there was no point of them being at that point.
No. I completely. I'm with you on that. So the little showy bits we weren't really impressed by.
No, but like, they were good, but like I said, just in the wrong place.
Who would have thought that really we just wanted to watch the professional wrestling? Sorry, sports entertainment.
Well, talking about professional wrestling, Theory and John Cena.
I call this one Austin Theory wrestles at John Cena, because John Cena did not show up for this whatsoever.
I put one word against it.
Go on.
Pointless.
Because you knew he was never going to win.
I just put pointless. It was a pointless match. There was just no sort of like... It was like John Cena comes in to get someone else over. It's like...
I think he's been brought in because Austin Theory... I think it's a dream match for Austin Theory. They want him on the telly. It's a big pop. People like John Cena. For WWE, there's a lot of reasons to make this match. For John Cena, there wasn't a lot of reasons to make this match at all.
No.
because if he gets
Just a
injured, he
paycheck.
can't work
Yeah,
because
just a
he's an
paycheck.
actor now. He's an actor now.
Yeah, but then he's only injured from wrestling. Like, he's got stunt doubles for everything else.
Well, even so, even though it might be for something else, but he really did not show up. I've only watched a few Cena matches because I'm not familiar
Not
with
seen him.
what
You've not
can't see him. How that joke is not going to get old.
Neither's John Cena by the look of it.
Well,
as much as I don't like the guy, he's not yet aged.
I would argue that the back of his head definitely.
Oh yeah, he is going a bit.
He's
yeah.
going a bit. Yeah. Which apparently was what was the more shocking result of this. People going, look at John Cena. And, oh, my God, the back of his head. He's got no hair. Well, of course he's not got that much hair anymore.
You can't see this.
Yeah. I think Austin Theory did very well. I think he wrestled a broom. I don't think John Cena showed up. It wasn't the most convincing finish either, but good for Theory.
It's like those Japanese doll matches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It really was. He just wrestled a Japanese doll, John Cena.
Is there a... Because I really like those matches. I think they're just so funny. They're the best kind of gimmick matches. And it makes the other wrestler look really good.
Yeah, because if you can make that look good, then it's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Not to take away from the dolls if they're watching.
Yeah,
Or listening. Or watching. So yeah, if you didn't know this, if you're listening, you can watch this on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
Or if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. So just a little plug there.
Yeah.
So that match was a bit of a meh for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next...
Rubbish open.
Yeah, which really worried me. It
Yeah.
did. I was like, oh, crap, I've got 2 days of this. All right. What was the next one? Was it...
It was the four-way tag match with...
Braun Strowman?
Yeah, so it was Monsters.
Do they have a team name? I thought they were just called Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
I think it was like Monsters and Men, something like that. you know, like sort of... No, not that. It was...
Monsters, Inc.
I don't know. But Flying Monsters would be well good. Well, it was... yeah, I've just put Monsters. Raiders.
Rick Straw.
Rick...
There you go.
Viking Raiders, Street Profits,
Yeah.
and Alpha Academy.
Right. Viking Raiders looked like they were straight out of 1995 when they walked out. Like, they don't... I think they're trying to go with kind of House of Black Viking look.
They changed... What did they change the name to as well? About a year or two ago, they had a name change.
Oh, did they?
And they went back to Viking Raiders, yeah.
No, I don't know. But there was just too much garm. They had so much garm that it was flopping about and it looked like it was actually in the fucking way.
Yeah.
And they looked straight out of like... It could have been Bastion, Bugger, and all of them. Like this weird, very gimmicky, especially when you're around the other ones who didn't really have that much of a gimmick. And what was really bad about that, though, is they were really good.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed this match.
Yeah, this was a good match. I really enjoyed the 6-man suplex power slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good spot. I enjoyed that.
Is Alpha Academy...
Chad Gable and Otis.
Yes. Now, that was an interesting one because I think people were like going, the jobbers of this one.
Yeah.
But people were really... Like, Chad Gable was amazing.
Yeah, but like he's kind of just always lingered in the background, though, hasn't he? He's just been one of them that has been a jobber, but they've just not known what to do with him. So,
and like Otis, I mean, he's definitely Otis looks like if
he looks weird out of Heavy Machinery. He looked like it suited him that weird redneck kind of like vibe, but not redneck. You know what I mean? Sort of like.
It looks like if you grew Vader or Earthquake in a confined space.
It looks like if you gave him an office job for a year and then told him that you're going to be working weekends as a wrestler, so that he still has to look like he works in an office, but then
he definitely looks like
spandex for weekend.
Half the people who play World of Warcraft. But anyway, I enjoyed the match. I can't remember who won.
Leroy!
Is that what the just reminded you of? Was it the Street Profits one?
Yeah, they did on that one.
Street Profits one. It was. And what's that? That gives them the #1 contendership for the tag team titles
Yeah.
of whoever won that night. So that was a good match. It wasn't very back and forth, and it did perk me back up. It made me go, oh, hold on, maybe it's not all going to be like that first match.
I could have watched that a bit longer. That could have gone on for another 5-10 minutes, and I would have enjoyed it.
That's a good sign, though.
Yeah,
That's like
that
it's making you want, leave the
Yeah, but I
audience
want more
wanting.
of that match, not of
Well, the thing is, Theory and Cena, I'll give them one thing. It didn't go on too long. I think they just kind of like realised, I'll end it.
yeah. Take it home.
Take it home. Who was next after that? Was it Seth and Logan?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, good memory, this. This was a very interesting match.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm not entirely on board with it. Because I've been in and out of WWE for like quite a while, I'm still sort of Shield Seth Rollins in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole Seth freaking Rollins sort of like almost jokery character. You know what I mean? I'm not quite on board with.
I'm completely with you on this, because I think I should like it. I think it's aimed at people like me. But then he does stuff that I go, huh? Like when Cody first came back.
Yeah.
And then he came out and interrupted Cody.
Yeah.
It began that little thing when he walked out. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then about halfway down the aisle, he's doing this. I'm dancing if you're listening, by the way. Like dad dance. And I was like, what is this? What is going on? And then he's literally doing a circle, dancing around Cody. And it's like, this is 10 minutes too long.
It's like, you've watched the Joker, we get it.
Yeah. And then he showed up wearing something that maybe Sam Smith didn't want to wear that night. That weird inflatable pink thing that he walked down in.
Yeah,
which
I don't understand.
Which I didn't get. But to be honest, it's amazing that out of the two of them, Logan Paul looked the more sensibly dressed for the match, considering he's dressed like some kind of like anime superhero.
Yeah, he's I don't know. I'm weird with Logan Paul. Like,
you are weird with Logan Paul. I am for Logan Paul.
He is, as a person, a horrible person.
Yeah, but as a wrestler,
grim. As a wrestler, he's actually pretty. He's getting good.
He's
and
very
it's
good.
Annoying. Like, I thought, I don't know.
Some people have it, mate. Like, not to compare the two, but imagine going back to like the late 90s and Kurt Angle goes from proper amateur wrestling background, but like Olympic amateur wrestling. It's a very different thing. Mat wrestling, where the whole name of the game is keep yourself off the mat. You do not want to be on the mat. And he's going into a game where it's all about the mat. You gotta fall, gotta take bumps, gotta land. He was like a fish to water. He was only there, like, I think he only did like a few dark matches and a bit of training for like 6 months, and they were like, go. And then he was there, top guy instantly. And he knew how to talk on the mic.
Yeah.
Back then, there would have been people there going, fucking, that's it. But he's like essentially there, Logan Paul, going, who are you? You haven't worked your way up through the ranks. You're from a completely different game.
Yeah. I even enjoyed the KSI Prime spot.
I loved that.
That was funny. I was just like, no way. As if that's KSI who's just got slammed through a table. I thought that's quite funny.
I did see someone tweet. What did they tweet? When he showed up, someone had tweeted, oh my God, it's, who's the guy who's always a 24/7 title holder?
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? I feel like it begins with an R.
R-Truth.
R-Truth, yeah.
Someone
was like, "Oh my God, he's got R-Truth." It's like, that's not R-Truth.
His original character K Quick came into my head, and then his actual name, which has completely gone, then came into my head, and then like, why is R-Truth not just like? he's black. I think he's the late 40s in now.
Yeah, R-Truth has got on.
He's getting on,
but yeah, it was a good match. It was I mean. It felt like this could have easily been a match that was a step down for Seth Rollins, because he's Seth freaking Rollins. He doesn't need to be wrestling Logan Paul. But instead, not only did he elevate Logan Paul up, Logan elevated Seth.
Yeah, I think it was a weirdly equal match. Like I watched it and was like, oh, who's actually who's putting over who here? Like I couldn't quite tell.
And Logan was a very good heel.
Yeah,
He's a very good heel at just being like, I'm gonna win this at whatever cost, and I don't give a crap, and like really playing against the fans. It was good. The build up of the little vignettes before made me actually care. This was a very good match, and by now I've gone from starting quite warm and tepid, and a nice 6-man tag, and this was great, absolutely great.
And he still does a better buckshot than Adam Page.
If you want to respond to Phil saying that, you can email us at
kickout2podcast@gmail.com.
There you go.
And I'll just disagree. I will delete your email and put it in the trash.
Was this where they took a short break here and they did a bit of Miz and... Was it Miz and Snoop Dogg again, and then McIntyre came out, or whatever he's called?
Yeah, McAfee.
McAfee.
I don't know who he is. Is he a American footballer?
Pat McAfee, I think, has been... I'm sure he's been a commentator on WWE for ages, but I think he left to do... He does work for them on the network, and then I think he does have a podcast, and I think he has originally been with American football related as well. I'm not entirely sure.
Is it like Drew Gulak as well? He was the same.
No, I do not know.
He was around for a bit and disappeared.
Although, fun fact, Shawn Michaels, when he went to, I don't know if it's when he went to find his smile, but for a little while when he disappeared in the late 90s to 2000s, he was just doing a commentary on college football in his hometown. He just enjoyed football that much.
Fair enough.
Imagine that. Like, he just went college football and he got HBK. Yeah. Just giving it, it's Shawn Michaels introducing the college football.
He's tuning up the band. He's going in. It's a score.
Touchdown. So, yeah, that was actually, I enjoyed this, even though it was it's a good little breather, popcorn break, go to the toilet if you want to. Nothing serious happened here. Let's just have a bit of fun. And it was fun. Like, I love the whole interaction of, like, Miz being like, I've put out loads and loads for people. No one open challenge. No one's offered me anything. And then McAfee coming out and going, I ain't seen jack shit. You haven't put anything out there.
Called out, yeah. And
then Snoop being like, I got you, dog. You can do this. You can do this.
Yeah,
I'll officiate. I'll officiate. I loved it.
I love Snoop just because he's like, he genuinely stole the show with that bit. You know, just sort of like, he's good at ad-libbing. He's sort of
he's got charisma and he's good at ad-libbing.
Yeah. Well, I guess like that's half his job anyway, isn't it? Like in terms of being a rap artist, that goes to show how much I know about rap. You know what I mean? Good with words.
Yeah, imagine that midway through like a rap battle. Line.
Yeah.
Line. So yeah, I did. What did you enjoy the match? Because like you said, you're a bit funny with Seth and a bit funny with Logan. So this, in theory, could have been a.
Oh, going back to Logan and Rollins.
Oh yeah. I just thought we didn't really touch.
Oh yeah. I actually, it was a lot better than expected. Like I said, I had kind of like after it was it SummerSlam, Logan and Rey Mysterio last year.
No, I thought, wasn't it? I know there's been Logan and The Miz, and then there's been Logan and Roman. Don't think there's been Logan and Ray. Has it been Logan and Ray?
It might have been SummerSlam last year.
I feel like he was Logan's beat The Miz, and then he's lost to Roman.
Yeah, that would be funny if he won Roman.
Yeah, if that was who.
Yes.
To be honest, the way it's going, which we'll get to in a bit later, it could be anyone like that now. So yeah, then the middle bit was fun. So you enjoyed that with Snoopy. What was after that?
It was Damage Control and
Becky Lynch, Lita and Trish.
Yeah, Lita and Trish. Yeah, again, I really enjoyed this match.
I was surprised I enjoyed this match.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know much about Damage Control.
Yeah.
Bailey. I've never seen. I feel like Becky Lynch. Every time I've watched her, she's just been on the bad end of the match. Like it's her turn to lose every time I've watched her, and I feel like she's very much had it in her face that I am losing this match tonight.
Yeah, it's sort of like you can tell.
Yeah, that she's not happy about it.
Yeah,
I think she's been treated a bit shit. But I enjoyed it. It was good seeing Lita and Trish again.
Definitely, yeah.
It was nice to see them proper wrestling because I still haven't caught up to that era yet. In my era, Lita's the only one who can wrestle.
Yeah.
Trish is just good at getting put through tables.
Yeah, and being Trish.
Yeah.
But
I did enjoy it. Although ominously, Becky tweeted to say something like that her song has been sung now or something like. Do you see that?
No.
She tweeted something at the after WrestleMania finished to say her story's been told now and she doesn't know what she's going to do. And people didn't know if this was a kayfabe thing where like it's going to do something for a character or she's actually like hinting at I'm done with WWE.
She's pregnant.
That's how she breaks the news. My story's been told. I'm having a baby.
Yeah.
That's
Who was
something.
it that I can't remember her name. It was a female wrestler.
Are you going to say they wrestled pregnant?
No, she
What?
She basically announced that she can't wrestle because she is pregnant, and then just disappeared and never seen her again.
No, I don't know. What is it like the past 10 years or something?
Yeah, it was quite a while ago, and I can't remember her name.
Answers to kickout@2podcasts@gmail.com.
It was the weirdest curveball of a pro, as just coming out going, I can't wrestle you because I found out I'm pregnant. I'm leaving, and I just walked out.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But yeah, back to that match.
It was a good match, although it would soon be outshone. But it was a good match. Out of the two large tag team matches there so far, well, the two main tag team matches with how many was it? How many was in the other one? That was an eight man tag.
Yeah, so 4-way tag team.
Yeah. Which did you prefer?
They were just different.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's hard to compare when you've got 8 people in the ring and 6 people in the ring.
No, I know. It's just I feel like on paper, I feel like I would have enjoyed the 8-man more because I feel like I wouldn't have cared about this. I keep going to say 6-man, but it's not 6-man. The 6-woman tag.
Yeah,
but only because I just know nothing about any of these people. Other than I just know Lita and Trish from back in the day. Whereas the other ones, I didn't know them, but it's just like you said, it's a different match. It's just a bit of have fun.
Yeah, I think the other two Damage Control are up from NXT.
Yeah, but they were dead. They were really good.
Yeah.
I actually think that they outshone Bailey a bit.
Yeah, Dakota Kai and
Is it
Sky, something Sky.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, the Sky. It is. It's something Sky.
I've just put Damage Control. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I did. Not really much more to talk about than that.
Yeah.
Because then after that comes what I feel like every match used to be like.
What, Prison Mike versus Rey Mysterio?
Mate, the build up to this has been great, and then the promo vignettes before it, and then it just screamed of 1999 Attitude Era of just like
it was one of the vignettes from the Warzone game.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. I was before they're even coming out. The whole vignette thing made me go, "This is gonna be boss. This has got to be boss."
I was just waiting for 2 people to walk off with the prison thing, you know, like it's just. Oh,
but you know they got in trouble with. Did you hear about them getting in trouble with the vignettes?
No.
So on the night, part of like the shots of Dom, which were interspersed with prison scenes from random prisons.
Yeah.
They used fucking a death camp. They used a scene from Auschwitz.
Oh, no.
They used a scene from Auschwitz. And then when it came out and happened, someone from the team went, "What the fuck is that doing in there?" And scrubbed it and took it down. So if you watch now, it's not there, but it happened. and enough people saw it to complain and go, "What the fuck were you trying to imply here?"
Dom's 10-minute stint in prison is like Auschwitz.
Yeah.
I just all I can think is Prison Mike when I look at him, because it's just.
I think it's what his character needed, because Lord knows that when it was Dom,
have a character.
Yeah, but Dom and Ray, he didn't care. He just was there, and then I've watched him wrestle. He didn't even seem that good, but now he can play this dirty heel and just. I mean, he's clearly working on his moves, so he's better anyway. But he can get away with being just like wasting time by like doing low blows and so, and it just works. It was just such a good end-to-end match.
But do you think that's like a good character lacking for a bad wrestler?
Well, what's the problem with that?
Because I think it's a crap character and a crap wrestler.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah. I know. I enjoy his character. I think he's.
It's just too obvious. It's like too.
Why is it too obvious? He is playing the cards that he was dealt, and I'm telling you now, if he tried anything else, people would go, "Why is he not taking advantage of the whole Eddie Guerrero story thing?" Which he subtly hints to all the time with the "She's my mammy" shirts, growing a mullet out, making references all the time that I wish Eddie was my real dad.
But what's a bit weird with her saying, "I'm your mammy," she's not that much older than him, and so that would make Eddie Guerrero...
No, that's... She said mammy like, like mammy. Bitty. That's what I completely approved of everything in this match. That was so up until now, everything's been all right. Seth v. Logan was quite a high rated one.
Oh right, what killed it for this one for me?
Oh, here you go.
Was the Cine Mojo advertising?
Yeah.
The fact that it's like, prison. He's been in prison. It's Judgment Day.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
I forgot about that.
There's a really good guy with just covered in New Day style. Like
it reminded me of what is the film? Not Dodgeball. Basketball, where they've got stupid mascots.
Yeah.
In the middle of like really tense situations.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Basketball. It was just. It was like you're saying. It's like this big build up. He's been brought out of a police van. He's been uncuffed. He's walking down with security, and as he walks past, see this guy go like that, and it comes up like, "Ooh, cinnamon crunch" or whatever it is.
Like,
right.
And I put Fire the Firework guy, but I can't remember why.
I bet he got it off time or off cue for you or something.
I think it was really badly done. But see, that's my only problem with, and I'll get to this in a later match. With WrestleMania is the fact that it starts in the afternoon, and all the effort they put in for all the lighting and all the fireworks and stuff like that looks crap in daylight.
Have they
on a lot of matches? Not all of them, but it looks cool that it's light outside, but it just doesn't have that same atmosphere, and it doesn't have that oomph.
Do they always do them outside now as well? I feel like this is the first time they've done an outside one in ages. I might be wrong. I just, in my head, I always remember WrestleMania 9 is outside, and
I think they have to, just for how big they are now.
Well, they don't have to. Well, you can cover an arena.
The stadiums, not arenas, though, are they?
Yeah.
Like football stadiums.
No, you're right. I feel like, what is the one I watched? It was outside. I think you're right. I think for the big ones they do. It was Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble was outside as well. I think you're right.
Okay.
But
so like, it looks cool in terms of like, it's outside. It's light and it's like interesting. But if they're putting all the effort into like the fireworks and the lighting and stuff like that, it's like it just loses. It doesn't look as cool.
And that ramp, man, how long it takes to walk down. It looks like something from fucking Asgard, that thing.
The fact is, like, they do the whole zoom, and it's like right, cool. That's the shot. That's a cool shot. We'll have to go back in and do that shot again. It's like they have to repeat the shot, and like they zoom into the wrestler's face, and you can see him walking down, going, I don't know how to look now. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
I've
staring
done
like
all my
this,
bits
like,
now.
yeah,
I feel like the one person who really suffered the most over the whole weekend from that was, funnily enough, Finn Balor. I feel like
God, I want.
we'll
gonna
get to that, but
him.
I feel like that was part of it. It was like he got halfway down the ramp and was like, "I've done everything. What do I do? Do I just?"
Like, he crawls and then stands up and crawls again, and then he starts walking down, and then the camera's behind him, and then there's two people in hoodies walking next to him, going down. You're like, why are they?
Why are they there?
Because they're not the cameraman. The cameraman's further down. Whether they just handed them the anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh, struck a nerve. I can't wait to get to that one.
No, just because like it was exactly the fact that his entrance suffered from it being
in there.
Because I love his entrance most of the time.
So yeah, for me, Ray V Don.
Yeah,
I loved everything about it. Everything about it. Everything from the family getting involved, the swilling of the drinks, everything of it, and it was the right finish as well.
Yeah, I just put one word like underneath as well. Slow. It felt like a dead slow match to me.
Did you? Oh, I loved it.
And I did the alley-oop turnbuckle shot that looked painful.
The alley. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he actually nearly knocked himself out on that one.
No, it was good. It was a good match. That. After that, we got to arguably a contender for match of the night.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
I was like, again, not too fussed on this match. Going into it, I wasn't like, I'll watch it. Didn't really care, but again, really enjoyed it because I don't like Charlotte Flair's wrestling style, and I don't know why.
Okay.
She like.
I love her wrestling style.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I probably.
I think it's what really. It's why she's such a dominant force because.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. She's really, really good, but you know when you just watch someone go. But I can't tell you why. I don't know what it is.
You just don't connect with them. Yeah, that's all. Don't connect.
Yeah.
Who would have thought you didn't connect with a 6 foot American blonde?
Because I know so many.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying you don't connect.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, but the match was really good.
It was immensely good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be one that when we do our review, end of the year best matches, 100% bringing that up.
Yeah.
100%. It's one of the matches where I've actually been going like to Eve. I need to show you this match.
Yeah.
I need you and she's like, I've got no context for it. You don't need it. There's a nice little vignette at the beginning.
That's the good thing with WrestleMania. If you have missed a little bit, and I think the good thing with WrestleMania is they understand that it is the Super Bowl of wrestling,
and you're gonna get loads of noobs in,
and you're gonna get a lot of people that is gonna be their first. I know a few people who have watched it as their first wrestling experience.
It's either that or Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
people know just to watch one of them two.
Yeah,
so you've got to pull them in.
Yeah,
you've got to make them care.
And for people like us who are kind of like very, very much part-time WWE.
Yeah,
like what
we're on the job squad of WWE.
Yeah, pretty much. That you kind of go, all right, if you don't know who a wrestler is, they kind of give you the whole like the backstory. Like I'll be honest with matches we'll talk about in a minute with the whole bloodline and Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 3-minute vignette, and it's like that's what I needed. You've just summed up the last year in 3 minutes. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, this was a really good match. I've just put is it Riptide counter DDT 3 nose job. Because she literally just slams on her face.
There was a lot of moves that looked fucking painful.
Yeah.
Very, very painful. There was one point where I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, Charlotte's dead.
Yeah. Or the finish. That Riptide from the top rope.
There was that.
Yeah.
There's the one where I think it's a German suplex, a release German, and I think Charlotte lands right on her head instead.
That's the nose job. That was the one I meant.
Yeah.
Put Riptide counter DDT and.
But then Charlotte,
free nose job.
Charlotte got her punches in on rear as well. Something it was like, it wasn't a match of holds and flipping and flopping. It was a proper slugfest.
Yeah,
and for two women to go out there and have a convincing
if Britt Baker
slugfest-
was in that match, her face would have exploded.
Yeah, I think that's
all over the place. I'm surprised it didn't.
That to me was setting the bar for the women's division in every in every promotion. I have seen
it shows that you don't have to rely on colour.
Yeah, and it was just.
And it be a believable slug.
Yeah.
You know, because like AEW is just like, oh, did she just get stroked in the face? She's bleeding.
She's busted open.
She's hugged him. She's bleeding.
I did watch a really good Impact. When was I? This is one of the many holidays I've taken. I watched an Impact pay-per-view that's been recently, and it had the champion there. God, I'm terrible for this. It was a belt v career match. Oh, and the person whose career it was is name's on the tip of my tongue, but she's even wrestled. She has wrestled in WWE previously and all sorts. She's been going a while. She has like a cowgirl gimmick, sorry. But anyway, the point is, this person was like this girl was huge and was a slug hitter, whereas she's more of a bit more, fancy moves. But then the story being told in the ring is she's gonna have to hit her, and she's not much of a hitter, so what does she do? And it was just great. And again, it was a proper slugfest. And I went into this completely blind. I don't watch Impact. I wish I did, but I don't watch Impact. And good God, it was good. And I'm telling you now, there's real good matches happening in women's divisions. And all the other women in other divisions need to pay attention, because bars are being set and you're not going to get away with... I feel mean saying get away. Like, get away, but you're not... How do I word it? I feel like the women's division was, for years since the year 2000, has gone up, and in quality improvement, and then it's kind of like plateaued and stayed at this level, and nothing's changed. Whereas other divisions have done stuff and wrestling's moved on, nothing's changed, and you just need something to spice it up. And that match on such a big stage to a whole populace of people is going to make people go, right, well, that compare your match now to that match.
Because female wrestling has not been taken seriously for so long, it's gotten to a point where it's like, I'm trying to word this correctly without, just sounding really like.
Well, just say it, Birdman. You're saying
right, okay. So you've got generic male wrestling.
Yeah.
There. And you've had female wrestling here because of the Attitude Era. Of
because of the way it wasn't taken seriously.
It's got to the point where it's like standard wrestling.
Yeah,
like actual professional wrestling.
Yeah,
not like. So then at that point, it's like.
So now Shine. I know what
so
you're saying. Exactly right.
Where it's like it's just normal wrestling now.
Yeah.
So. It's the same as male and it's the same as female. It's gotten to the point where it's not a gimmick that it's a good wrestling match. It is now just a good wrestling match.
Yeah.
Male or female, it is a good wrestling match. But then again, that's plateaued at the same level. It's equal to a male match.
We're getting there though.
It's just a good wrestling match.
There is but there is wrestlers like that. For me, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Are those kind of wrestlers that when I watch them wrestle, go, they're doing something different. Yeah. They're hitting harder. They are smashing the glass ceiling a bit. Toni Storm, Jade Cargill. She's come on so long. She was more of just what she looked like, and she is really fantastic now. And it's just this match is. This is what I mean. This was such a 5-star match.
Yeah.
And how you said, so many noobs will be watching this. That's going to be the comparison.
Yeah.
So when you get to watch,
that's a very strong women's match. Like in terms of like you said, that is a WrestleMania match right there.
Yeah.
For like
And it's just followed. You know, you got Becky Lynch and Trish and Lita and Damage Control. That was an excellent tag match.
Yeah.
Which was strong. But then that just smashes it out the park. So you got two very high level matches there.
And it was. I think this night was really well set out.
It was.
In terms of matches, like.
Although, did you obviously hear what Ric Flair had to think about it?
No.
So Ric Flair was like, I wish I could do a Ric Flair impression. I'm trying to. He's got a bit of a lisp. No, he's not. I can't do it.
That was more dusty.
I was right. Yeah, it was. Oh, it was a bit dusty, but Flair was like, this match should have been the headline match.
Of course.
And yeah, exactly. Of course he thought that.
Yeah.
Because he's got Flair in the fucking title. That is the
Yeah.
only. There is no way. I'm sorry. No matter how good that match was, or you could have predicted it was. Which, by the way, I don't think anyone did predict it was going to be that good.
No.
Usos versus Sammy and Kevin needed to be the top match because it's a bloodline match.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That was the story. You know, it had to be the
That's part one to what is going to be the headline of part two.
Yeah.
So you can't have that be under.
Yeah.
And the way they played it as well, there's no way when that. Also, if you watch when we'll get to the Sami Zayn match, when that match finished, could you have imagined? And now next, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It would not have had the
gravitas.
Sort of, yeah.
I think what was very good about that is Rey and Dom come out, have this killer match that's all about the story and the emotion, and then these two come out, and you're right,
and it kind of follows because it's Judgment Day. It's still Judgment Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. There's a link.
Yeah.
And then it just punches you with how good it was. I cannot stress enough how good that match was. It was really, really sick. And then we went on to also. Actually, I did want to point out. I did love how Charlotte Flair clearly they did a shout to show she approved. Like she respected Rhea winning.
Yeah.
Like she's smiling and everything. I thought that was good rather than make it bitter. Rather than have to make them do something cheesy like shake hands in the ring and point at her.
Yeah.
Like it's a prop. That is how you you pass the torch.
Yeah.
Correctly. Not like Hulk Hogan, who insists on getting in the ring and holding the belt up for a bit and then pointing the champion as him to say, I'm handing this over.
Yes, I gave him it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or getting someone like The Rock to come out and go, yeah, I approve this person. Roll out the ring. Let it be all about them, and the camera, whenever it points to them, shows them almost idolizing them, going, "Yeah, I was beaten, and being happy about it." It was so classy.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was nice.
Good.
Right, so then we went on to
what a crap word to end that on. I was like, it was nice.
Nice.
No, it was better than nice. It was excellent.
I do think nice is one of the shittest words. I know.
It's so insulting as a word.
I have had a go at people for that. They've said, "Oh, that's nice." I'm like, a cup of tea is nice. I put blood and sweat into this.
Yeah.
Don't call it nice. Fuck off.
It's the opposite to the word shit. I hate when people go, "It's shit."
But
that's like saying it's nice. It's like nice is that there, and shit is the same.
But shit is there for like it depends on the congruence of how you say shit.
Yeah.
So if you go like, well, "That's shit," that's like that's not helpful at all. Why did you do it?
No, but to me, I might explain why.
Yeah. Whereas
if you say something shit, like you tell me why it is.
But if I
and
put
if
a bit
you can't, then shut up.
a bit of venom in it though, and if I went, "That is shit," and I'm going to tell you why, you're like,
"Oh, there you go. You've already said the next sentence is I'll tell you why."
Yeah, there you go. I suppose. Yeah.
But if someone just says shit, we're like,
you know what it is? It's like teenager. So like, go.
Yeah.
I want to be. You can't do this. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, we're going to do this.
What
as
did
a
you say?
family.
Nice.
Shit. It's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice. Shit.
Yeah. I think that's why I hate that word. Nice shit. That would fit on your knuckles. That would. Shit nice.
Well, no, don't get shit,
Shit
nice.
nice.
Get nice shit.
No, because shit nice is funny.
But that's when you do that.
Shit nice.
Shit nice.
over again.
Funnily enough, nice shit is actually okay to use as well. Oh, that's nice shit.
See, there you go.
There you go.
Put them together.
Put them together.
But you can't go, shit nice. Unless it's so bad it's good. It's shit nice.
So, Usos v Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
This for me was what made it WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because I honestly didn't know how it was going to go. The way they played the audience, the way they played everyone, it was like a full-on... it was like a full movie transpiring in front of you.
And if you listen faintly, you can still hear all 30,000 super kicks just clapping.
Oh, I did read something that they have officially used the most super kicks in 1 week or something like that. Like, I don't know who's measuring this, but it's like the most move used in 1 week by any. It's the most move. I've got to get this right. They have used a move the most than anyone has ever used in a week on a national stage, on like televised. So like neck breakers included, arm bars, whatever. In the history of televised wrestling, they had connected that week so many super kicks between Raw and WrestleMania that they hold the record. And that's over the Young Bucks.
Yeah, and who I thought were like the super kick party.
Super kick party. Yeah, apparently, because, and like you've just said, they just did it. So every moment, every time, everything, every
that
angle.
was the only bad bit about it. And I'm just like, you've destroyed that move now. It's like, it was like when Shawn Michaels did it. Like, it was a big move.
Yeah, sweet chin music, baby.
Yeah, like that move, you stamp, and you're like, yes. It'd be like doing a spear over and over and over again. What's the point? It's like, we know you've got a good kick.
It's funny how moves change, because you've got like, well, I've got Jake. There you go. I've got this shirt on. Jake.
Yeah.
DDT. Deadly move. Seen as one of the most deadly moves in wrestling at the time.
Yeah.
Now, DDT is for everyone, baby.
It is, but then you've got sort of versions of the DDT now, though.
Yeah, but isn't the super kick is you can have it as there's a super kick, pump kick,
super duper kick.
There's super duper alley ooper kick. No, there's a definitely another. Oh, what's the other version of it? It's not. Is it called a push kick or something? I've heard some other
bicycle kick.
I don't know.
Well,
no, that's football.
More like Claymore kick, in it. It's like your bicycle.
But there is another way of describing the super kick. But I know what you mean. It was a lot of super kicks, but
that was the only bad thing about it. Like, the entire build-up was like spot on, brilliant.
I almost feel like though it was used badly correctly, because it was almost like to say, make you hate them more, make you feel like they don't deserve it, because all they do is it's like your special being, and he's got a spanner, and you hit someone over the head with a spanner and go, well, there's no real tact to that. That's not really skilled at all. And he's on the ground. Oh, you've hit him with the spanner again. Stop hitting with you're bludgeoning a man with a spanner. There's no skill in this. It was kind of like their version.
You're literally describing my career path in any WWE game. Grab a weapon, swat them, pin them.
That's what I mean. I feel like it's because they can't use as much weapons and be as gory. I think it's the equivalent of Rock with the chair to Mankind, hitting him again and again and again and again.
But after but the difference between the chair and a super kick is the chair
looks painful,
and you know it is painful because it's a chair. Even though it's a super kick, and by the sounds of it, they were very painful, you still got bored after the 27,000 super kick.
It might explain Bret Hart's review. Did you hear what Bret Hart said about?
No, did he do a little drawing?
No.
Of a super kick.
If anyone can, it's Bret Hart. He does some good art. Him and Jerry Lawler.
Yeah. Have you seen his Undertaker? It's well good.
It's boss, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like a little stick man just doing a super kick. Squirm.
Apparently, he says that when he was there, what he notices every time someone does a super kick, you slap your thigh as you do it to give the effect like, oh, it's hit. Everyone, because obviously you can see when one's about to come, everyone in the crowd goes as well. And he went, nothing makes me more sick.
Yeah.
And seeing a whole crowd basically go, I know this isn't real. Because to him as an old school wrestler, kayfabe...
You know what? That's never clicked with me that they slapped the thigh. For one of those things where it's just like, why does it sound so good?
Yeah, that was a Vince rule, You weren't like, someone took a photo of it and put it on Twitter of a member of staff. No thigh slaps. He hates it. He absolutely hates it. But as some people's, their move has become more about that. Because by the way, I don't think Shawn Michaels ever slapped his thigh.
No.
He was about the stomp. The stomp is what made it sound.
Yeah,
But anyway, you're allowed to do it now, but he initially didn't like it. But yeah, Brett was like, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Brett doesn't like wrestling at all, really, anymore, let's be honest. And who can blame him? But yeah, just you saying that with the amount of super kicks, that's probably why he noticed it more than ever.
Well, yeah, it's like, but yeah, like it was a good match. Like, I just wish Sami Zayn just went like El Generico though, like come out like that.
What I really liked about it was there was proper despondency in points where, because Kevin was completely taken out and they are just pummeling and hammering him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't let himself get pinned. And he kind of that was like his...
To me, Sami Zayn had the same resiliency as Daniel Bryan in some of his matches.
Yes.
Like that sort of like, he honestly looks like he doesn't have a clue where he is. And he's, as Michael Cole says, he's running on pure instinct.
Yeah. Jay would say, he's running on fumes.
Yeah, it's one of them, but
the lights are on, but no one's home.
Yeah, it's like you look at him and go, oh Christ, he does look like he's been kicked into next week. Like,
I think he has a good look of, it reminded me of early Foley matches where he would not stay down. Whereas later Foley realised that he can still take the bump and get away with the odd shoulder up.
Yeah.
But he can't take the piss. He's got to show that actually he's getting old and weak or whatever and stay down. But Sami Zayn's not at that point yet. He can still be that impossible to pin person. And it was great. It was honestly riveting. Absolutely riveting. And then because they stole the show so much, Sami's stealing the show, you forget about Kevin, but in a good way. And then Kevin comes in and you're like, oh, Kevin's here. Excellent.
I love Kevin's power, his cannonballs.
Oh,
my
brutal
favorite thing, just because like it's
what over Brody's
different. Yeah.
So no, you gotta see that.
All right,
Kevin does a cannonball. Brody does a Brody ball, man.
No, Brody, like Kevin Owens hits the person. Brody goes through into like 6 rows. He destroys the person because he's like he doesn't stop. But yeah, no, I think I just like that move. I just think it's a really fun move to watch.
No, it is. Do you know when they do it over the top rope? Do you know the nickname for it? In the nickname in the wrestling.
No.
So you know when you do the run and cannonball but over the top rope?
Oh right, yeah.
With your arms out like that. It's from what I've heard, it's called the flying cow. And it's because that's what they called it when Undertaker did it. Because no one knew it was coming.
Right.
They were like, have you ever seen it? Like, Undertaker did it, and people were like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
You're like 6 foot odd, and you can do that. Like, yeah, and they called it the flying cow.
It literally flies, though. That's terrifying.
But that bit, when they win, and they're holding the belts up.
Can I just, go back to what we were talking before about the entrances?
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Owens, he's just walking to either side, but he looks knackered by the time he's gone to either side. And he's like, right, where do I go? I'll just go down middle, forget. He's like, oh, it was too big, the stage.
Oh, I got really annoyed at they had almost perfect merch.
Yeah.
So Sammy said WrestleZania.
Yeah.
But didn't say, Kevin Owens say, like, oh, it said something like Knockout Mania or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kevin Mania? That makes more sense. I know he's KO knockout, but if you're putting names in WrestleZania, Kevin Mania, that's what I would have gone with. Put me on marketing. I've told you. But when they, and like you said, work total jobbers when it comes to WWE. Watched a bit of a 3-minute intro. I did watch on, if you can go on the WWE YouTube and watch a 2-hour run through of the Bloodline story from its inception to now. I watched about an hour and 15 minutes of it, like in between on my lunches and stuff. I just put it on. It is very brief, and we got to remember a lot of it took place during COVID, so there's a lot lackluster of just TV screens. Is what like watching a soap opera. It's a bit like watching FMVs in games. Yeah. Because the fake audience in the background doing that, and you're just watching some dialogue. But what was I saying? Oh yeah,
I know. Right, I know this is completely off topic, but it just reminded me of it.
Go on.
Have you seen that? I think it's on SNL with Usher, and there's like blocks of people sort of singing a song, and Usher is doing this because he thinks he's in the middle one. But he's not. They put him in like the bottom right. So he's just singing this song like that.
Looking like he's
doing it to all the people. It just reminds me of that. Like,
did they do it on purpose? Tell him he'd be in the middle, and then
I don't think they told him that he was going to be in the middle. He just thought he was going to be in the middle, because and they put him to like the corner.
Brilliant.
Or something. Might not be. Oh, was it? Oh no, I don't think it was SNL. I think it was like, what's his name? Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, because he's in it. Oh, was it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't matter. But miss me.
Oh, there you go. No, that was it. So I got actually quite emotional.
Right.
Is what I mean. I'm a jobber. Don't really watch, but watching this match, the way Sammy told it, I got emotional when they won, and they're holding up the belts. And you can hear the pop of the crowd is insane, and they look so elated because obviously for them it's also quite like a 17-year story for them as well.
Yeah,
because they've worked together and worked against each other, and I got emotional. I genuinely got a little bit emotional. I was like, why am I getting, or like not welling up, but why am I can feel butterflies here.
Yeah.
What?
See, the funny thing with this is like, I'm really bad when it comes to results. I like to know, unless I'm watching it live.
Oh, you're a dick. Did you? Well,
right, okay, yeah. You can shout at me all you want, but it's because I don't like it. I'd rather spoil it for myself than someone else spoil it for me. Okay? So I don't want to have to like not go on social media for a few days to then watch it. I'd rather go, right, let me see who's won, and then I can deal with it, and then I can watch it later.
I'd rather
only on certain things.
I don't want to give someone the pleasure of hitting me with a car, so I'm going to put my car at the top of the hill, take the handbrake off, and just let it happen.
To myself, yeah. I'd rather hit myself on my own car than someone else get the joy of hitting me with the car. Right, okay, so let me explain. It's only with things that I probably won't do it with like AEW if I'm more into it.
Right,
at that period of time, but because I'm not
into it,
yeah, and
but you prefer, like, I knew that I was going to get some matches spoiled for me by the time scale, but I still didn't go out searching for them. If it happened, it happened.
I like to look and just see if my predictions were right or wrong, and then I'll watch it, and then. But
what do you mean? Hold on, rewind that statement. What do you mean? You want to see if your predictions are going to be right or wrong? So watch the fucking match.
Yeah, but it's WrestleMania, so it's like 10 hours long. You know what I mean?
I know, but you knew you were watching this one.
Yeah, but anyway, let me get to my back to my
corner
point.
Paint you.
What? Right. What I was going to say is, in my head, I thought the Usos won.
Okay.
There we go. Right, okay, that was the whole point of it. Is what I'm saying is, in my head, I misread it, and I was like, oh, the Usos have won. So when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won, it was a genuine, like, oh, yes, like, they actually win, not the other way. You know, so like I got that sort of.
Okay, oh, that's
that
nice
feeling.
for you then.
So that, yeah. So that
Okay,
was
so we
really
got to
good.
share a kind of moment there because I felt that way.
Yeah.
You
Like-
tried to ruin it for yourself, but you couldn't even ruin it for yourself.
Yeah, no, I can't even read. But yeah, no, it was. I hate seeing spoilers and stuff like that. So I'd rather. Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing.
Because I knew I wasn't going to watch it the next day.
Yeah,
It would be like the next week or something like that.
you
I'd
knew
like,
that it was going to get spoiled.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The way it finished was very WrestleMania for me. Made me think of like Shawn Michaels holding up the belt, the boyhood dream, or
Yeah.
made me look like reminded me of like fucking Bret Hart somehow beating Yokozuna. It was a lot of like. There's a lot of moments with them holding up that belt and the way the crowd popping that made me go, that's WrestleMania. That's boss.
Yeah.
Now for night 2. Oh dear God.
Before we get to night 2, though,
Mm.
we do have a segment that we started and then we completely forgot about.
And we
the
just
last
forgot about
episode.
it again.
No, we didn't.
But
I
you've just
brought
remembered
yeah,
it.
I remembered it. Is the sign of the episode?
Sign of the episode. So
Yeah.
this was suggested to us by longtime viewer James Simpson. Hi, James. Fun boy, as we like to call him. He suggested, why don't we pick our favourite sign? And if you want to suggest a sign that you've seen on either an old match or a current match, email kickout2podcast@gmail.com and maybe we'll put it up.
Yeah, or messages on Instagram, or even comment on this video on YouTube. Just get in contact any way you want. We'll definitely have a look.
Yeah.
So I picked it out this week because I saw this and I thought it's absolutely hilarious, and I don't know why I found it so funny.
Okay.
It was a Shawn Michaels Triple H match, and it's just dead bold right in the middle. It just says rest hold, where Shawn Michaels has got Triple H in a headlock, and you see that in the background, and it couldn't be any more obvious that they're just really tired. And I just thought, that is brilliant. It's like there's no effort in the sign. It just says rest hold just behind it.
And I
like
think
that.
that's the whole point of it. Like, it's also pointing out, like, there's no
Yeah.
effort in the match.
Yeah, it's
Rest.
just like they're both old and tired. Yeah, I saw that. There's loads of funny ones, like clever ones, but
I do know. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like it when a sign subverts the norm, and it's just
Yeah.
like, because that's
Couldn't
the thing.
be
The
any
signs
more
may be like,
obvious.
what can I shout? What can I get out to the nation? What can I say to the world? And you put out something as simple as rest hold.
yeah.
No, well
Yeah.
done. That's our sign of the episode.
Yeah. You can kind of faintly still see Purple Aki behind that, which is quite funny. But yeah.
Right. So then we moved on to
To night
Sunday.
2. Yeah.
And wow, what a very different night this was. Still had some highs, but let's take the opening of Brock v Omos, which I feel like was like going back to WrestleMania, but like going back to, again,
It was
Wrestle-
almost a match, but not quite.
it was like, oh, remember when we had Undertaker fight Giant Khali? Yeah. Should we try that again? No. It was awful. It's terrible. It's a bad idea. No, let's do it. We've got a new Khali.
To be fair though, like almost stood in front of Lesnar is brilliant. It makes Lesnar look like a tiny dude.
He did look like a chode man,
Yeah.
but it didn't work. I didn't care. It didn't make any sense. It just
The thing is, they didn't even advertise it as like Battle of the Giants
yeah.
or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, this is just an opening match. And there you go.
Yeah, Brock v Omos. No, literally zero cares in the world for this. I could hear the commentary trying their best. Oh, by the way, we haven't talked yet. Commentary's obviously changed over the years.
Yeah.
This WrestleMania made me realize that Corey Graves is very capable, and he should be allowed to do more.
Where Titus O'Neil isn't and shouldn't be allowed a microphone.
Which one's Titus O'Neil? Was he the one who came in for like one match on each one? I know. I enjoyed Titus O'Neil. I actually did.
Oh.
Yeah. He said
He found his way from under the ring, like, you know, to the other side.
He said some funny things.
The time traveler under the ring.
No, there was just a bit where Corey Graves said, in the because he hates McAfee,
Yeah.
hates McAfee, and he changes. So he goes from being like, "This is the thing." There's a lot of soft heel commentators now. Taz is a good example of it, where they go like they're playing devil's advocate, but in a very safe way. They would go, "Come on, listen, let him speak. He is the champ." What do you mean, Taz? He's doing this. He's doing that. No, yeah, but he's the champ. You've got to respect him. You got like not like old Jerry the King Lawler, who'd be like, "Shut up. He needs to speak because that guy's an idiot."
Right, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Going
Yeah.
full heel. Corey Graves, when McAfee came out, went full heel, and I was holding my sides laughing.
Yeah.
Because at one point, he even said, there's a bit where obviously a member of the 49ers comes out to help, and the double teaming him, The Miz, and Pat McAfee, and he just says, Corey Graves says, "You know what? I hope the 49ers lose every match." And I don't know why, but I just burst out laughing of like how
Yeah.
hard.
Petty and like daft. That was.
It was great. And then after that, he simmered back down. And I
Yeah.
just want to say, Corey, if you're out there and listening, go like that on every person.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I loved it. But that's what a match like this needs. Brock v. Omos. I feel like it needed something to spice it because literally it was just.
The most interesting part of it was MVP being there. That was it.
I think it was interesting that.
You know what's also interesting? MVP manages Jedi mind tricks.
the gaming team.
No, the rapper.
Was there a rapper called Jay? Sorry, that definitely sounds like one of them teams that games on
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a rap artist that he manages.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah.
I think the only thing about this match I was like, oh, Omos can lift Brock very easily. That was it. And then the other thing being, oh, Brock can lift Omos. That was it.
Not very well.
Not very well. This is I don't like using his terminology. I've already said stars and stuff tonight, but this is what I'm sure
This is shit nice.
It is a shit. Yeah, should we say that?
Shit nice,
This was a
yeah.
shit nice match.
Yeah.
Mm.
And to be fair, it didn't really get any better in the next match, which it could have had. It had potential.
Yeah. Now this was an unusual one. So Ronda Rousey and
Shayna Baszler.
yeah, with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Rodriguez. Chelsea and Sonya
Yeah.
and Natalia and
Shotzi.
Shotzi. Now compare this. Now the problem with this match is it's going to get compared to two matches. It's going to get compared to the 8-man tag match the night before, because you've got 8 women. It's also then going to get compared to the Becky Lynch versus Damage Control match because it's women.
Yeah.
It did not at all hold a light to either of those.
No.
It was
And
messy. There was some moments, but nothing spectacular. And it was what we were talking about before, and what you said. Going back, it has come a long way, but this was distinctly playing it safe.
Yeah.
Average. Need to try harder because the bar's higher now.
It is not a gimmick having a fatal 4-way women's match.
No.
Tag team. Like, you can't rely on, it's 8 women in the. You know what I mean? It's
I know exactly what you mean. Now you've got to fucking wrestle.
It's like, yeah, we've seen this.
And that isn't me
30
attacking
times.
women's wrestling at all. That's me attacking these specific people
Yeah.
and saying you needed to step up. You're on the biggest stage
Yeah.
ever. And the same way that we just I had to go about John Cena, and the same way that I've probably had to go about many wrestlers in the past.
I feel like they just turned up for that match.
Yeah, there was a definite felt like it turned up. If anything, the highlight of the match is Natalia, only because when she comes out, Bret Hart's music plays.
No, to be fair, the double sharpshooter was cool.
Now, yeah, so the double sharpshooter, I was like, oh, that is all right. But then I remembered, Sting beat you to it. Sting literally did a double Scorpion Deathlock about 8 months ago on AEW.
Well, yeah, but
and his looked better.
it's a shame that was like Shotzi's first WrestleMania as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and she got just shot on, really.
I mean,
I
it was
don't
a
know.
match.
It was. I think because
What was it? Was it to see who would be the number 1 contender for the women's tag belt?
I don't know.
Do they still do the women's
think
tag belt?
I
That was your
don't know.
thing. What was it for?
But it just irritated me that sort of Ronda just came in, fought a bit, and then just armbar and then finish.
Yeah.
They could have just went Ronda. They literally said it as well. They just, they come in, do it, and leave. Like, I don't know. It was.
Well, but luckily, business, as Joe would say, business is picking up now.
Yeah.
Business picking up now. You got Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus O'Flaherty, or whatever he's called.
And so
In
the first night was Super Kick City.
this was
the second
Slap City.
This was more chops than a butcher's table.
Mate, oh, dude, I've never seen meat get beat that badly since I was 13. Oh, those again. Bret Hart did have something to say about this. His
more chops than a gospel drummer.
He said,
About 3 people would find it funny.
chops don't is normally what you inflicted on someone to haze them in. Said pros don't chop pros. So he was like, they do it now to show.
Go back
like...
to sleep, Brett. Shut up. Right.
So it's changed. The business has changed, and you know what? In a world where the moves are, you can be taken out of reality a little bit and maybe go try and apply logic to a logical situation. You need matches like this to make you remember this is fucking hurt. These guys are tough.
Yeah.
And this isn't a game. And honestly, Drew, I liked the whole Drew and Sheamus. Kind of thought it's almost like a love triangle of this Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. And it was one of them where it's like, it worked out well because it's one of them with a triple threat like that, and in that situation, then they can both have their single match with him as well at some point if needed.
Yeah.
Because
it's a good way to pan out the story.
To give
because
it that.
strictly speaking, he managed to find a way to step out of the match for a while.
Yeah.
Let them slug it out for ages and step back in, but also without entirely making himself look like a coward, more making himself look like a tactician.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do again, but I think Gunther is so convincingly and historically a brute force that you don't view him as a coward.
I mean, he looks great now, but do you think he looks weird now he's lost weight?
I know.
His outfit choice.
What, with the big coat?
No, just the trunks and the boots and no knee pads.
No, I think it's... You know what it reminds me of? William Regal in his heyday. It's a very European look, that.
Yeah.
European, old school look.
I don't know what it is, like, because it might be just the fact that I'm used to him a larger weight. And
You're used to a thicker, girthier Gunther.
Yeah. Walter, as it were.
Yeah.
His Walter appearance. Yeah, just, I think...
He's lost all the Walter weight.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he looks great, but he looks just a bit weird. Okay, so it's like Kevin Smith.
Yes, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he does dress like Kevin Smith, sans the hat.
Yeah, but...
the long coat.
Kevin Smith looks weird now he's lost weight.
But then that's why he mixed it up and now sports a sports jacket instead.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. Yeah, so you would...
You used to someone looking a certain way, and then their literal... It's not like they just had a haircut. Their literal body appearance completely changed. Because he still sort of, like, has the... Oh, I don't know.
You know what was weird, though? There was the kind of, like, the German spoken poetry at the beginning. Like, you will stand and you will rise.
Yeah.
For God. But he starts off almost like... He sounded nervous. He was like, you will stand and you will rise and you will respect him. You definitely will. He's coming now. And then it was almost like he got, like, something in his ear saying, will you fucking turn it up a little bit, put a bit of emotion in, and it was like, Einstein! Ah! At the end, I was going, oh, those Auschwitz images from the night before are not looking good now.
Just like going, I didn't think they'd notice. Damn.
But it was a good match. It looked knackering.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think it still left it very much open for these three to have interactions and to continue fighting for this belt. Although it does sound like Drew is done.
Yeah. I mean, over the years, but like Drew's the same. He's been in the same, exactly the same boat as Cody. Exactly the same. Where WWE didn't know what to do with him, made him a jobber, fired him, and then randomly comes back and is at the top. This is going back a few years now, but what's happened to Cody now, or is happening to Cody now, Drew McIntyre had exactly the same thing several years ago.
You know what's unusual? Because I don't think I can think of another era of wrestling when it was acceptable. But all of these men, sans Gunter, have been world champions. Drew McIntyre has been the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Sheamus has been.
Yeah.
Right? They're fighting over the Intercontinental title. What can you picture back in the day? Once, like, coming like the early 90s, Hulk and Macho Man fighting over the Intercontinental title. It's a step down. Why is it? Why? I'm not taking anything away from the men. Like I said, it's a great match. Setup's great. I'm not taking anything away from Gunter.
Because of how untouchable they've made Roman.
I know. So but it seems like it's mad that you're kind of devaluing your other top guys by making them fight over the fucking Intercontinental. Like, imagine
you devaluing the other titles because of how prestigious you're making the top title, even though it is the top title. You're making it completely unobtainable. So then these titles are the only ones you can actually.
I know, but it's just like
imagine run in for. So therefore, that becomes the top title in obtainability.
Well, we'll talk about titles at the end of this because that's definitely something that needs to be spoken about. But imagine 2004, Jericho is the Universal Champion, and decide what do we do with Austin, Rock, and Triple H? Let's make them fight over the Intercontinental title. Fuck off, no. You didn't do that. You gave them something interesting to do, a story, an angle, something like that. I just think it's mad how they've somehow managed to get it so we're okay with it. But looking at it, I'm just think it's mad that these guys. I saw something come up today about the history of the title, and I was like, oh shit. They both had it, and there they are, fighting over the Intercontinental title, and losing, and not getting it. Just mad. Great match, but I actually think that you're kind of devaluing your wrestlers there, that's all. But Gunter Sean...
It makes the Powerbomb look good again. Yeah.
It was a good match. That was so far throughout the night, this has then been the strongest match, which compared to the night before, I mean, we were already there, so that's already saying something about the night. It took a while. Went on to... And something that clearly got you fired up. Edge v Finn.
No. Oscar, Bianca Belair.
Oh, was that next?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, first time I've got it wrong off memory. But this says something about the match a bit. I thought the build-up, the vignette did make me give a care about. The thing about Bianca Belair is she's so happy and carefree and kind of like, she's such a shiny baby face. I don't like her. Like the same way I don't like Cena or I didn't like Hulk. Too much of a happy shiny baby face that actually I'm rooting for whoever else comes along.
See, she's. It's one of them. They've turned all the baby faces to heels, like Bayley. She was like #1 babyface for ages with the huggable, all that crap, and not crap, no,
shit,
yeah, all that nice stuff,
the nice shit.
Oh yeah, so like she'd be a good heel, but there's too many heels. I don't think they've got enough face.
No.
Female wrestlers.
I mean, let's be honest. Rhea Ripley at the end of the night before, she kind of came off a bit like a face. Everyone was made up for her, and it was a good match, and there was no interference. She won clean, in the ring and everything. So it's almost a bit Attitude Era-esque of like, yeah, we like that person. Bianca Belair comes out and she gets a pop. It's just me.
Yeah.
She definitely is popular, but doesn't do a thing for me at all. Just all I see is squeaky clean. Not that disconnect we talked about.
Yeah.
That's my disconnect. I don't have nothing against her. Great wrestler. Actually, did think she can wrestle. How you wrestle with her that long?
Yeah.
Lord fucking knows.
And how you don't have some serious injuries. Like, just generally, like, you know, because you're going in to do moves, you're putting your head forward and
getting it caught somewhere or something.
Like,
and then you've got to trust that the other person knows how to handle that
amount of hair.
Yeah.
And especially with stuff like turnbuckles and stuff like that. Like, if you go back fast enough, your hair would then whip round the turnbuckle, like round the rope or something. Like,
I mean, Jesus Christ, fucking Cash got his fucking forearm caught in a turnbuckle back in AEW. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
So if you can get your forearm caught, her about this long,
especially because it's literally just underneath it. It's like that,
ropes and hooks. And
it's
stuff.
just hooks and.
No, I know, but there was something. Again. You're gonna get comparisons. You're gonna get compared to the Rhea Flair match the night before.
It wasn't on that level, but to me, it was still a strong match.
It was a strong match. It was just,
I think, because of how bad. All right, no, because that's been mean to this match. But
are you gonna compare it to because of how bad the only other singles match had been that night?
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say, because it is mad that when I look at this, that we're only up to our second singles match, and it's the third from the end of the night.
Yeah, and it's the best.
And it was still good. I think the only other thing as well is I didn't feel the tension that I felt in the Rhea Flair match, because that was end to end. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
In this, whilst Bianca was challenged, I'd never felt
she was going to lose it.
She was going to lose it because of just, I don't know if it's because of who she was wrestling, and because of how well I know Vince.
Yeah.
In the shadows, going, can't put it on a person who's not from America.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else then, but even I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it that way, because I was thinking of how to word that without sounding
like you're racist yourself.
Yeah.
But it's true. I name.
I'm sure she's been. Has she not been?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Nothing to take away from the match. I think on any other given night, it was a very good match. But
I don't know. There was.
Oh, sorry if you've been listening. I've just headbutted the microphone. 0%, by the way. I don't know why I did that.
What, in there or in the bottle?
But yeah, he's running on fumes. Is what he is, King.
No, there's some good technical wrestling in it, like good reversal. Like Oscar did quite a few good reversals, and it was interesting in that aspect that like, it was kind of like, technician versus powerhouse.
Yeah.
In terms of, she reversed stuff and then she just picked her up. But it wasn't an obvious reversal, if that makes it. It was like that. The last section was really interesting. It was a good finish.
I think you've just kind of summed it up for me, actually, because I would say, in contrary to what you're saying, there is, I don't think they had. Not saying they had none or didn't have any. I just don't think they had the best chemistry.
Yeah.
For a WrestleMania.
No.
It was a good match, but chemistry exists. It's definitely a thing you need, and there was just something oil and water about it that didn't quite fit, and not in a good way. Yeah, sometimes oil and water works, but it didn't quite fit in this sense. But again, so far still one of the better matches of the night. Now, this one might take some time. Oh no! Actually, next.
This is the best match of the night.
Yeah, hold on. I've just realised what actually happened next.
Yeah.
Okay. For those,
The reason why Snoop Dogg is in the Hall of Fame
is for stuff like this.
is for stuff like this.
So
Because I have never seen Miz literally like shut down mid-match as bad as this.
oh yeah, because he didn't know what to do.
Yeah, but it was clear the fact that he didn't have a clue what to do. Not even sort of like
How to get round this.
no,
So do you know how Snoop knew what to do? Have you seen the video?
no,
So someone from the crowd was filming,
yeah,
and they've zoomed in, and you can see one of the cameramen, while Snoop's looking around, one of the cameramen goes, like, puts his camera down and goes, "Knock out Miz." Just says it like that, and Snoop just goes, "Got it," and turns around, doesn't even question it. Knock out Miz. That's it. That's all he needed to hear. That guy's had a cue. Someone tell Snoop to knock out Miz, and as Snoop's gone to do it, Miz has just gone with it. Fantastic that Snoop can just do that. He's
Yeah,
not a wrestler.
that was perfect, and that elbow was perfect.
Yeah,
He literally that was like the most comical elbow.
Yeah.
Because he literally like when you look at the slow mo replay, he goes vertical. Like he literally.
oh
goes
yeah, it still
horizontal.
looked like it
Horizontal, not
connected
vertical.
hard.
But no, his entire like
Body
yeah,
goes.
like,
It's like a cartoon. Like,
that's what I
done.
mean. Because he has those features and like the way he holds himself and stuff like that. It like he jumped up and his entire body went perfectly.
He did
horizontal
the
and
same
went
jump
down.
he does before he jumps in his massive bed when no one's there. It was the same leap
Yeah.
of hey.
Yeah.
Who was more horizontal that night? Austin Theory drop kicking John Cena or Snoop Dogg? Who got more horizontal?
Oh, it's brilliant. I just
I
Shane
loved this
McMahon,
segment for all the wrong reasons. I
Yeah.
think it was fantastic. Shane, it was like as he's coming down, they're going, and Shane McMahon's back. Oh my God, he's back. He's been gone, but he's back, and he looks
and
better
his
than
music
ever.
didn't even finish, and he's injured.
Yeah,
John Morrison's like, "You beat my record."
and he goes out the same thing. It's like, oh, if only I knew if anyone else in the family this happened to.
A full family injury.
Another
Yeah.
quad torn
Yeah.
from doing essentially a jumping jack because he jumps over the Miz, and that's when it
But
happens.
doesn't he fully do? Oh God.
And it's amazing how quickly they kind of distract and get Shane out of there and make it all about Snoop. But yeah, credit to Snoop saving an entire section
But
that
not,
could.
not to the cameraman who's zooming on Miz's face, just going,
Honestly, that was your face when you saw Salem's bill
yeah, that was.
for his ass. Like that could have been in an alternative reality. There is a world where no one gave that direction or Snoop didn't do it, and it
If
is
Snoop hadn't have done that, Miz would still be stood there just
That-
going,
that'd be the biggest
Like
botch
King
in
did.
WrestleMania history
yeah.
of what the
He'd still be circling him.
it was honest. It was because that's what he did. He's kind of circling him. It's
He
like
circled him twice.
make a
but
fucking
the
decision.
cameraman just zoomed in on his face. He was just going,
Oh, what a tremendous moment!
Yeah.
Honestly,
and
highlight.
it looked like he actually knocked him out, though. The like.
Oh yeah, the way it connected. He
It,
just
it,
like.
it was a proper punch. It wasn't
Yeah.
sort of like a.
I think Snoop Dogg would know how to knock you out
Oh yeah, yeah.
from the streets.
Miz was just like,
I'll just have
you
to
could see
take.
him, like,
Yeah,
over
I'm
his
just gonna have
face,
to
like,
take this.
You've actually just caught me. And on the second one, you can see him line up for it on the floor. He just goes, like, to sort of hint to do an elbow. But yeah, it was brilliant.
So yeah, that worked for me.
Said a lot when that so far is the best match.
Yeah, the
Like,
highlight of the night. So then we get to. I've been trying to get this talking about this for about a good 20 minutes now.
Yeah, our main event.
My main event that I want to talk about, Edge v Finn.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I wasn't mad at it before. I was just the fact that the lighting was like this could have looked amazing. It was a Hell in a Cell match. Because they'd not had any gimmick matches or, any tables matches or any not straight up wrestling matches, no ambulance match or no gimmick match of any sort, where this was the only one that was going to be not a straightforward match. It died because it had no lighting. Like, it should have been darker than it was,
Yeah, no, I'm with you, especially when you've also got Slayer playing.
You've got Slayer, but then you've got the random Diamond Man.
Oh no! Yeah,
like a Mighty Boosh character. I'm like, what's going on?
You look like a Disco Skeletor.
Yeah,
it was the oddest thing. He comes out the ground. It was like, oh, we're doing this.
We're doing that. What's that?
It looked like, when you go past one of them goth shops and it's got the woman who runs it has got like furries holding crystals and all sorts of knickknacks and paraphernalia. Like, who's buying that? It looked like one of them skulls that's in a row. Just one of the random skulls.
Yeah,
it's just...
or something like Kanye West would wear when he's having a bit of a breakdown.
I didn't really understand. And it also, did it come up above? Does it say like the Brood Edge?
It's Brood Edge, yeah.
Brood Edge.
Brood
which
Edge.
He didn't look like Brood Edge. He didn't play the music from Brood Edge, so I don't know why it said Brood Edge.
They gave him wings for 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then it went off of Slayer to You Think You Know Me.
Yeah.
And then it immediately went off You Think You Know Me to the
Creed or whatever.
It's not Creed. It's not Creed. It's Alter Bridge. Which
Same thing.
It is. It's Creed without the singer. But yeah, it was odd, that entire entrance, because I feel like that's been Edge at all pay-per-views recently. Do you not remember?
I don't know who I am.
Well, do you not? Well, no, because WWE don't know who he is. Oh, let's make you part of
He's the Rated R superstar from the Brood.
From the Brood, who's also in the, what are they called? The Judgment Day. What are they called?
It was previous Judgment Day.
Yeah, he sets it up.
Yeah.
And then that's what I mean. He came back. He sets up the Judgment Day, and weeks later, Finn Balor kicks him out.
Why don't you just get Gangrel? I know you can't get Christian because he's in AEW. But...
Well, people said that that a lot of people thought they were getting Gangrel for this one to at least walk him out.
Yeah.
No, they didn't bother.
That's the Brood.
I know.
There's nothing broody about it. It looks slightly broody, but you know what I mean. It wasn't.
I mean,
nothing brood about it. By the patch that he had a Brood patch on, that was it.
He at the Royal Rumble, if you remember, they brought like a truck out, and he did that same rise out of the truck. Do you remember that?
No.
It was like, one of them little mini trucks that you would cherry picker.
Yeah.
So while they're all fighting in the Judgment Day are fighting in the ring, that massive long way to get to it, by the way, because it's a Royal Rumble in Wembley.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Everyone's fighting, and then all of a sudden, the lights all go out, and the light shines there, and everyone looks, and that's there now. This cherry picker truck that wasn't there a moment ago, and they're all going, "Who could it be?" And then this fire goes up, I think, if I remember rightly, and he comes out the top, and everyone goes, "Oh my god, it's Edge!" And then it runs down. I remember everyone on Twitter going, "All right, that looked cool, but if you're gonna do a run out, that's the most impractical run out I've ever seen. You've got a cherry truck, you've put yourself in it, you've set a pyro. A run out is you run the fuck out.
Yeah."
You're not helping the judge. Right, I'm going to help the team. I'm going to help my guys. I'm going to get the Judgment Day.
Hold on.
Yeah, but hold on. Beep, beep. I've only got my provisional. Beep, beep. There was a lot of this. And then Finn Balor, I've heard a lot of good about him. I've never seen him wrestle before. I've heard a lot of good. A lot of people saying...
You haven't seen a Finn Balor match?
No. This is my first Finn Balor match.
Oh, that's... All right.
Right. And then this was also a different Finn Balor. This is like his dark Finn Balor, or
this is the original Finn. Right. Okay. So, a quick history of Finn Balor. Finn Balor came out as the demon character.
Right.
And that was his character to come out with at first.
Okay.
But then he ditched that for a while and was just normal Finn Balor in a jacket. Turns out he just got sick of doing all the body paint.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing the body paint for because he was working most nights.
3 hours, I imagine.
Yeah, like something like that. He just got rid of that, and then the demon came back when,
he needed it.
Yeah, basically storyline demon. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah. So, but yeah, no, he's a good wrestler. He's got some funny, good moves.
Well, this is the thing. I wasn't that impressed by him.
No?
I didn't like it. I didn't like the character coming out. It was like he's there going like blah blah.
Well,
I want to suck your blood.
But he's because he was Prince Devitt, like in the indie scene, like in Progress and stuff like that. He's always done characters and like sort of stuff like that. So
Right. But like you said, he's like crawling and getting up and crawling and getting up.
So that entrance looks incredible in arenas and stuff like that. With it's all dark and then it's normally red, but of course for Judgment it's purple. But it has like sort of like it was on my entrances thing for
Right.
when we
Okay.
did the entrances. So if you look back to our first episode about entrances, I'm 90% sure I either
Finn Balor.
chose Finn Balor or definitely mentioned him. He's got a really good entrance, and he literally, when it's not a 2-mile stretch from the top to the bottom with a set of traffic lights and stuff like that, it looks good when he just crawls to the ring because it's creepy, it's weird. You know what I'm like for creepy.
I know.
Yeah.
I just thought it looked too over the top. I think it reeked of. I was trying to think. It reminds me of.
You can't say it's over the top when you love Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, but they're self-aware of how over the top they are. This was like take me seriously over the top. It reminded me of, I can't remember the fucking character. It was a 90s wrestler in WWF who had, as he came out, he had almost like the shoulder pads like Road Warrior and Hawk, but they were a mouth that was sat around him. It was a jobber, really, but they would use him on...
You're not talking about the singer Guar?
No,
like the guitarist.
No, but you know what? That's a good comparison. It did look Guar-like what he wore.
Yeah.
I might post it on the socials so people know. But he was a total jobber. But they would use him in promo material just because he looked cool. But I got that vibe off him, and it wasn't. And even then, I was like going, "But that jobber was better." I didn't.
To be fair though, this is his. Oh, sorry, not one of his best looks. The weird spiky mohawk. That looked a bit weak, and the shit tassels. He normally looks really good.
Yeah, the tassels. The tassels were what made me think it was like dead cheesy 90s.
Yeah, that made it super cheesy. Like normally, like his demon character
is scary looking.
Is good. Yeah, it's interesting.
Nah, I didn't dig it.
Yeah.
I thought the match was a bit. It was the most safe Hell in a Cell I've ever seen. Like, what really annoyed me was like, oh my god, he's climbing the cell, to that perfectly positioned welded ledge that you can, like, why was that ledge there? What the fuck is that ledge about? It's just for this spot. Yeah. And then, oh, he's gonna jump. What's he gonna do? Oh, and he's landed on his feet. It was a stomp.
Yeah, but that's his.
But
signature finish.
But then don't
signature.
Like. People can do a good stomp, like the swerve stomp and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, the stomp can look good. But I feel like in that, he either should have connected it, because that's the thing Edge moves. He should have connected it, or he tries something different, and that's why it goes wrong. But the stomp through the table just seemed like such a anti-climax to this whole climbing thing. And what was the better use of the tables was essentially spearing Edge into a table at the size of the cage. Yeah. And then it's so harsh, the table folded and hit Edge dead hard on the head.
Yeah, I saw that. But I did like the kendo stick spot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
Because I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that before. But he also didn't sell it very well, because he kind of went, I can't move.
Yeah.
When you could literally just drop down.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It was at first it was like, oh, I've never seen that before, and then I was like, you can definitely you're a full grown man, you can get out of that.
You can literally just drop if you just pull your arms slightly back and fall down. It's not like he wasn't. You know, if someone gets beaten in the dazed or whatever, if he was more dazed, it's more believable. If he just slumped over the
you know, to the point
you're right.
Where, but he was still active and like
he didn't sell it enough.
I think they were trying to go with like a Hannibal thing, like he's like going.
Well, that's what I mean. It kind of like his character was sort of like that, but not like that. You know what I mean? It's like
I think
made character, his demon character, dead cheesy, because you could just hear randomly.
Yes. Yes,
It's like,
and
what?
it wasn't like when Mankind would go like, squeal, and fucking make that squeal
Or
noise.
like you get hit and you just hear like a weird sound, or
Yeah.
him genuinely just screaming.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I forgot that he did like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like Skeletor. You'll never get me, He-Man.
I kind of like the TLC homage though, the tables, ladders, and chairs.
Yeah.
Sort of homage, but then that kind of felt.
With a concerto.
Yeah.
But we've got, if you want concertos, go head over to AEW. They've been having plenty of concertos over there. So
concertos to super kick, like
yeah. I don't know. For me, especially with the fact that Gaz messaged me saying, "Oh mate, the match of the night for Sunday was definitely that Finn Balor Hell in a Cell." Didn't do anything for me. I was left very deflated.
I think, like I said, because it was the only gimmick match, it was a bit of not fresh air, but something slightly different.
Yeah.
Because, even a bad gimmick match is, to me, a gimmick match.
I feel like you haven't seen Bossman v Al Snow in that Hell in a Cell with the dogs. Have you seen?
Oh, yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen that, yeah. Oh, that is awful. That is, but in its own,
But in its own way, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's in the shit nice pile.
The shit,
that's good.
yeah,
That's good. Yeah.
the shit nice. No, the nice shit. That'd be the nice shit.
Nice
wouldn't
shit
it?
pile.
Nice shit, yeah, not the shit nice.
Yeah.
Right. So then, the final match, the big one, the
Yeah.
one where everyone knew how this was going to end.
Yeah.
Oh, the story is going to continue. Oh, da. You're all wrong. Of course, Vince would not let him
Yeah.
win. And then I've got an idea. How about instead of
You
Cody?
leave my company to start another company.
Yeah.
I think you can swan back in.
Well, I even think
I
it might
tell
be.
you what, I'm going to make you think you can have it and then go, no.
I feel you've even got a bit of Triple H like going, oh yeah, we'll let you.
We'll look after you.
We'll look after you. Oh, just before you go out there, remember,
Make Roman look strong.
yeah, make Roman look strong, and you smashed my chair on AWTV, so
Yes.
with a sledgehammer. So just remember that. It was a very good match, very end to end, perfect amount of run-ins. Definitely moments where you didn't know who was going to win.
The biggest pop was when, what's his name now?
Roman?
No. Solar got
Ejected.
ejected.
Yeah, because people thought, oh, it's going to be a fair fight. It's going to be a fair fight. It's literally Cody v. Roman. Roman is actually fucked now. It's and it's going to be the Cody show. And Cody was like, it's his hometown. It's a WrestleMania. It made sense to have him win. It was time to do it. And then all I've seen is people like since then, like Austin has come out and gone, wasn't the right time to give him the belt. He needs to like work his way up and earn it. Work his way up and earn it. Motherfucker was Stardust.
Yeah, he won he won Royal Rumble, so therefore that was earning it.
Yeah. And then he got a torn pec and had a massively great match and still went ahead with Seth Rollins. I don't know what more you want. And then I think Road Dogg was even come out and said like, no, he's not ready for it yet. What do you mean he's not ready for it yet? It's just bizarre.
He needs another character.
Yeah. I just thought
He can't be Homelander anymore. Now he has to go to something.
I want to give a shout out to whoever threw that rubber chicken. You didn't see that.
No.
You turned it off before, and we were starting. So when he loses and goes to Roman Reigns, it goes to. In fact, hold on. If I Google it, I bet I can find an image. So it went to Roman Reigns. Camera pans to him, and then it pans back to Cody in the ring, like looking upset. And someone's thrown a rubber chicken in the ring, and he's just so like, poor bastard. Hold on.
The best thing is, someone's took a rubber chicken with them in there for the entire.
It's meant to be like a dramatic moment.
Brilliant. We'll put that up on screen at the same time so you can see it.
Oh, it was fantastic. Poor bastard.
That Chicken Joe going.
Yes.
I didn't lose you on the wave. Cody. It's Cody. It is.
There you go.
Yeah, I didn't lose you on the wave, Cody. It is Chicken Joe going to save the day. I have some news for you.
Oh, what? Is there a third film coming out?
No, but when I went down to see Katie and Pook,
Yeah.
we did try to watch The Surf's Up 2.
Oh, right.
We tried to watch it.
Without me!
Right, okay.
After everything we've been through.
Hold on. We didn't complete it. We got about 40 minutes into it and had to turn it off.
Why? Because you realised that you were watching it without me.
That as well. I did actually say that JB will be really angry that I watched it without him, but we tried to watch it and was like, because because Pook didn't know that there was a second one, so then
and then you told him.
I had to tell him about the second one, and he didn't believe me that it was bought by WWE. So then I was like, look, we'll just put it on, and then we ended up saying, I was like, I don't want to watch this, and then like we started watching it, and it got to the point where it's like, no, we have to turn this off.
Well, thank you for turning it off, because that's our thing. That's an
Right.
episode. That is happening. That's definitely happening now. If you can be so coerced by that man right there on your shirt to just watch 40 minutes of it unprompted.
Yeah.
Terrible. Well, back to Roman v Cody.
Cody.
So
Shite nice.
it was a really, 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 really good match, and then the finish. And it's just, I feel like if you also have Roman win through cheating, it seemed like a really crappy finish. Like, you saw how Cody had to force his way over to the corner unnaturally, and he's there waiting, like going, fucking, and what's his name gets up on the, what's his name? Paul Heyman gets up and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, I need to distract the referee, sir."
That last section all looked a bit rushed and staged. I know it, of course.
It almost looked like a Vince rewrite, some might say.
It was like, oh, cool. The second you saw it, you went, right, that's over.
Yeah.
You just knew, oh, that's how they've ended it. There was no clip, like, there was no...
And my other problem is, and I do have an issue with wrestlers in all promotions not doing this properly, is selling. Now, bear in mind, Cody's not landed not one, but two crossroads on Roman. He's about to do a third, and then he gets the stab to the neck. She sells fine. Roman then runs away, bounces off the ropes, comes back and spears him. He's just been crossroads twice.
To the point where he looked like he was unconscious.
Yeah,
like,
so he should have fell to the...
looked like he was bending backwards.
Fall to the floor limp, and then have it, like, carry on for a bit, and then get up, and then... But it just felt...
Right.
Like you said, it was rushed. It was like, whoa, where did that come from?
Even with that, they could have gone with a double count out, or disqualification, or something where it's just like a false ending to then do it at the next event.
Yeah.
You know, or to have like either double count out, or it's a DQ, or where Cody wins but doesn't win the belt. One of them.
Yeah.
Not
an old-fashioned WWF. Oh, you won, but by DQ.
That's what I mean. It's like it's.
Could have had. Shit. You know what? We could have had another WrestleMania. Oh, what WrestleMania is it? I'm testing myself. Was it even a WrestleMania? It must have been. I think it's 10. Lex Luger. Is that 10 or 11 where Lex Luger wins?
Don't know.
So it's 10 or 11. Lex Luger wins and beats Yokozuna. Hooray! By count out. But he still gets people to come out and carry him around. Hooray! And the everyone cheers and celebrates. Yay, finally, you've beaten Yokozuna. Finally, the WWF champion has been beaten. But by count out, so he doesn't get the belt. And everyone like watching at home was going, have they changed the rules? And then the next night on Raw, Yokozuna is still the champion. Everyone was like, well, what the fuck was that finish then?
But like, that's what I mean. Like, even that finish would then, you'd extend the storyline a bit more.
Like saying, I beat you,
I beat you, but you've not got the belt.
Yeah,
right,
so
let's do
I'm
it again
dead.
with the belt and like
Do it in a cage so no one can interfere or something.
It's like again, we could write this.
Yeah.
We could write this. We've not watched it for 6 months, but we can still write a better ending than you.
Fucking hell! It felt like the when Vince Russo was writing for WCW. It felt like a bro swerve. We just put that in right there. No one will see it coming. Yeah, but it's not good. Doesn't matter, bro. I'm Vince Russo. I'm at the top of my game. WCW, what can go wrong?
It's
like a Hulk Hogan finger, the Kevin Nash. One of them.
I don't know. It was just like select A, B, or C ending. You've selected C. Dumb.
It's like the word, yeah, yeah. Oh God.
You know what I mean? It's just like,
it was.
you've selected C, Vince's ending. Thank you.
Yeah. And it left a bad taste in the mouth, and therefore left that night, which was already dodged, with a very bad taste in the mouth. And for me, it was just such a come down from such a perfect night the night before. It was a come down, but not in the good way. It wasn't an emotional come down like, oh,
it was kind of like,
it wasn't like Empire Strikes Back.
Getting really drunk and having a really brilliant night, and then the next day's the hangover.
Just so everyone knows, PK doesn't drink, so for PK that's like a comparison he wouldn't make often. Just in case anyone's going, that's such a...
I have drank.
I know, but I feel like there might be some people going, that's a very normie comparison to make. Oh, it's like drinking and having a hangover. But no, I've never actually heard you make a hangover comparison before, so...
But it was kind of just sort of like, oh, this is just not getting any better. Like, and slowly by the end of it, you feel normal again. And I guess kind of like, oh, no. That's a really bad comparison.
So what would you rate this WrestleMania then out of like 10?
Okay, so the first night was like a solid 7 or 8.
Yeah, okay. I think it's an 8.
It wasn't the best, but by no means was it the worst. It was solid.
I think it's an 8. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And then the second night, 5.
5. I'll agree with that. I was going to go lower.
Right down the middle.
But you reminded me how much of the Snoop Dogg part that might actually make it the 5. I think if it wasn't the 5, it might have even been a 4.
Yeah.
But Snoop Dogg levels it.
And Snoop Dogg made it to 5.
Yeah.
Even like I said, the Oscar match was again, it wasn't really WrestleMania. It was pay-per-view quality, but it wasn't WrestleMania quality.
No.
It was like that would have been a good SummerSlam match or a good like I don't know, Hell in a Cell or anything.
Well, that was what we thought of WrestleMania, and just before we wrap up, even though we're bang on, just hit the 2 hours, which is what we wanted to do.
Oh no. This might not be this. We did have a slight
snafu.
Yeah.
So actually,
break,
so actually, there's definitely time for this. So stuff that's happened since that we have to catch up with, and we're still sticking with WWE here. So then the next night you had Monday Night Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania, which in recent years has been infamously terrible. Did you hear about what happened?
No, I've not. Is it
okay?
Is it the visitor?
No.
Right, okay.
So Vince apparently, this is when Vince came in and apparently went rewrite crazy on the night. There's photos people have got from being in the crowd showing cameramen and people on sound desks being given like loads of A4 sheets of paper and going through it. Seth Rollins went out to do a promo. During the commercial break, so like he does a vignette, he does a promo on the Titantron, and says something like, you know, who does appreciate me? All my fans. I'm gonna come out there for you now. And he comes out, and their whole point is a commercial break. And by the time he comes back, he's doing a promo on the. Instead, he gets to the stage, does his little dance, and as he begins to speak, you see a bunch of cameramen or whatever run to the stage and just start screaming at him. And he turns and he goes and he leans over the ropes and going, what are you doing? And they're all trying to say to him, Vince has decided to cut it just now. No promo now. And he's already there. He's got his threads on. He's in the middle of the stage. He's had everyone sing along. So he had to quickly on the spot did a bit of a Robbie Williams, just held the microphone up for everyone, whoa, and then threw it off and then walked in the back. But you can see he does it with a bit of like fuck's sake. Like that. It does give it a bit of a lash. And it's the lowest rated Raw in like 20 years or whatever it is. It got some mad... The rating was so bad. Like, it was just a fucking mess. I think...
It's just there like, yes, I'm back. Oh, the power.
Well, it's a 3-hour show, isn't it? And I think the maths someone did on it was there was 40 minutes of wrestling. Yeah. So, sports entertainment, everyone. So that happened. Then
2.5 hours of commercials.
Yeah, and then it was announced Vince is definitely back, which everyone on the internet went fucking apeshit over, which is hilarious. And then we've had the Raw after. Oh yeah, and then funnily enough, because we talked about this we touched on it. We had recently, just the other day, this week, the new belt. Have you seen the new belt?
Yeah.
What do you think of the new belt?
The 24/7 championship look better.
I think it's someone worded it really well. It's a belt that looks nice to begin with, but gets worse and worse looking the longer you look at it. And I couldn't agree more. When I first saw it, I went, ooh, because it didn't look like any of their other belts, because I fucking hate the WWE design belts. But as time has gone on, and we're now like 72 hours since it happened, I think it's actually fucking hideous.
I'm more like that John Cena belt was actually pretty sick.
Well, funnily enough,
Bring back the spinner belt.
to promote this belt, WWE posted loads of stuff showing the history of the belts. Hence why I remember Drew McIntyre had one. And put up a load of pictures of the old belts saying, like, which of these did you prefer? I
Any of
responded,
them.
none, you fucking cowards. Because they'd removed the WWF from all of them. Even the original, the OG one from 80 years ago. They've re-edited them so they all say WWE.
That's so sad.
Isn't it? Just like, I know you copyrighted, but Jesus Christ, you can definitely put it on there.
Yeah.
It's 100% is allowed to be on there. But anyway.
Even Daniel Bryan's wooden belt was better.
Actually, they didn't show that. They didn't show the wooden belt.
Really?
No.
That actually, that looked really
I've seen
good.
that. I've seen that,
Yeah.
actually.
It's like Damien Sandown's wooden is a leather briefcase. You know, it is no, not briefcase. Money in the Bank case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole point of the belt is the way Triple H puts it out there is we're going to do the draft because they're going to do the draft again.
Yeah.
Which has worked so great historically. Another fantastic idea. They're going to do the draft because Roman is obviously going to get drafted somewhere and he won't be able to defend the belt against the people on the other
You're
one.
drafted to NXT. We don't know what else what to do to you. You're drafted to AEW. Imagine that if it was a multi-regional.
Multi-promotional one.
Yeah, it's just
That would
like,
be so much fucking cooler.
you're off to Japan. Bye.
All the writers being like, Jesus Christ, I hope we don't get Omos.
They're just like, I hope we don't have to move to Japan again. I can't speak Japanese.
Oh no, I love that. No,
Put me on AEW. Blood.
What was it going? Yeah, so he says if he's going to get drafted to whichever, SmackDown or Raw, the other one won't be able to have a champion. So they've made this championship so it can be defended. But then people have got questions which haven't been answered here. One, is this just the big gold belt? Because the whole point, as he says, is these two championships have been united. The heavyweight and that. So he's got the universal one. No one can seem to take them off him. So we are going to make this belt for that. So
isn't the unified championship that belt?
So apparently they were playing at one point with, well, no one's ever going to separate the belts ever again, because when you beat him, you'd take both the belts, wouldn't you? Because you've beaten him. So and then that person was always going to put up both the belts. So
but then this happens all the time, where it's like, oh no, we have a Raw champion again. Now we have a SmackDown. Now we have a unified.
Yeah.
Now we have a Raw. Now we have a SmackDown. Now we have a unified. It's done it about so many times.
Exactly. But then, so they've not been specific enough, because you can look it up. At the time of us recording this, they haven't announced whether A, they are literally going to strip Roman of one of them and make this the new version of it. B, they're going to unify those belts to make one belt, and then this is a new one.
A triple belt.
Yeah. Or C, there's 3 belts.
Because you had the heavyweight championship belt, and then you had the world championship belt. Yeah. And then they unified
to make the universal championship.
Yeah. And then... So what's the blue one then?
No, the blue one. The blue one is the universal championship. Right. The black one is the heavyweight.
Right. And
the blue one was a new version of the big gold. They changed the big gold from WCW into that one. Right. Which was always sacrilege. So that's what people are saying. They went, does this title have a lineage? Is it actually linked? Does it have a bloodline? Funnily enough. Is it linked to the original big gold? Or is it starting off a whole new belt and no one's been able to answer? So I don't even know if WWE know what they're fucking doing with this.
Just make Roman look strong.
Make Roman look strong. He can pose with those 2 belts, and it gives him a belt to shoot for.
Yeah, it's just like, here's another belt for him.
But it's a consolation prize. Because whoever wins this belt, it was, well done, you couldn't beat Roman.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate second place, and everyone's like, they're going to give it to Cody. And that's finishing the story, which isn't finished. It's terrible, horrible.
Just give him like the United States Championship.
Honestly, I'm surprised. Honestly, the memes for this have been fantastic. Absolutely gold, big gold. I've loved them all. And then again, more news happened. CM Punk showed up at Raw. Meltzer and all the other wrestling journalists went on fire. Why could he possibly be there?
Because it's in his hometown, and he just went to watch a wrestling match and got told to leave.
And he got told to leave, yeah. He got asked by Vince. Vince apparently heard he was there and told them to tell him to politely fuck off. Which is quite shows how bad the bridges are burnt there, by the way, because don't forget, during the... I think at one point after the Montreal Screwjob, Brett went to visit the guys when they went up to Canada. Vince never told him to get out. Never said if he wants to come, he can come.
Wow. So
that shows how really bad that bridge is burnt.
Yeah.
But again, just thought that was really funny. I tweeted out, I tweeted, sometimes wrestlers just visit each other, and then 48 hours later, whatever it is, reporters are saying it was just a visit. Yeah, who could have seen that coming?
No shit.
No,
he said, I'm just visiting.
Ricky Starks was there when for Cody's match against for the Royal Rumble. Ricky Starks went to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, just as a punter.
He was backstage.
Oh shit!
Right. No one was going, is Ricky Starks now part of WWE? No one was doing that. It's because CM Punk is and. I've been working on this. I came up with half of it. I can't take full credit. A friend of mine gave me the other part. CM Punk at the moment stands for Clickbait Magnet Punk. I got clickbait. He got magnet. But it's fucking true. You put that CM Punk in any fucking article at the moment. Boom. Everyone's reading it. What about CM Punk? Is he back? Is he definitely back? Is he talking to the Young Bucks yet?
One better. He's acting again.
I want to see him act again, because fucking the last show he was in was that TV show I told you to watch, Heels, and he was great.
Oh no, I'm talking about the girl at number 32 or something like that, the horror film that he's done.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Just leave it at that then.
Have you got any news or
apart from the CM Punk thing?
No,
that was it.
And we just want to wish our best wishes out there to Dante Martin, because that horrific ankle injury. Did you watch that?
I missed that.
That's something that I'll get you to watch when this is stopped rolling. You do love a good botch, and it's a painful botch, but wishing you well, Dante. He's fine. And Danhausen's hurt with a torn pec.
Oh no!
Which I didn't even know Danhausen had pecs, but he's torn it, and he's just having to rest for a while, a bit like Salem with his shaved bum.
Yes. He's by no means resting.
No, he's not.
He's
showing it off to everyone.
Yeah. Salem's my cat, by the way. just
Not your son running feral around the house.
It's not. It's not anyone we know. It's a cat. Selling the cat. So
we're gonna come back for a new series. This is just like something in the middle. Nice big episode to make up for us being gone. Nice bit of a catch up.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to doing proper episodes and a proper season. The second season coming soon. Round 2 of Kick Out at 2 is coming. So do not worry about that.
Kick Out at 2. Round 2.
Round 2.
2. 2 of us.
Electric Boogaloo.
How to.
and on that bombshell, I've been Jay.
I've been PK. And that's how for now.
It's time to stop the damn match.